ones have been hurt. Our house has been damaged, and I feel like now we're being treated like criminals.
A Cape Coral couple is outraged at what they say is their insurance company's latest strategy to try and kill their claim. The Jacksonville-based company hired lawyers to question them under oath. Welcome back. I'm Lois Tomey in for Nicole Gabe.
And I'm Russ McCaskey. Now, we first told you about this couple back in March. The Damianos could not get Cypress Property and Casualty Insurance Company out of Jacksonville to take a call or answer an email for months, even though they had a public adjuster. Wing News investigative reporter Celine MacArthur tracked down the company's executive vice president, who admitted the couple's claim fell off their radar. Well, a week later, the couple got a check for $115,000. A promising start, but it's half of what they say they need and what their policy covers. Celine continues her investigation to find out what's behind the insurance company's latest move.
78-year-old Michael Damiano and his 76-year-old wife Elaine say the aftermath of Hurricane Ian is worse than the storm itself.
Well, it's taken a toll physically, mentally, spiritually, in many ways.
Their Cape Coral home is still under construction, but they want to move back in, so they're setting up a makeshift bedroom. This reminds them of how they rode out Hurricane Ian on the floor of the local high school with their 2 golden retrievers.
We put the blankets on the floor at the school, slept on a hard, cold floor with hundreds and hundreds of other people.
When they returned home, they faced a cold, hard truth. The house was badly damaged and many of their possessions destroyed.
After so many years of putting things into it, memories, we lost pictures and mementos, things you can't replace. And we're still working on replacing things that we can.
Over here.
But that hasn't been easy. They say Cypress has not given them any more money to replace and rebuild.
Having to liquidate at this age is frightening. Whereas we can't go. If I was younger, I'd work 2 jobs. I'd handle it. Michael would work 2 jobs. He'd handle it.
And now they have to handle a Cypress demand they didn't know was a thing. Examination under oath, or EUO. Cypress hired lawyers to question Michael and Elaine separately and under oath about their claim.
I feel it's intimidation, quite honestly. I'm intimidated that you're going to ask me questions about my home, what I did, how I'm living, and not for the effort of paying me, for the effort of not paying me, if in fact that's what you're doing. You're representing the insurance company.
In the letter, the company claims the EUO allows them to have all the information necessary to complete a proper evaluation and to determine their obligations under the policy. They have that legal right, and it's written in the contract. I reached out to Cypress to find out specifically what they're looking for. No response. I asked the couple's attorney, David Scholl, the same question.
Truthfully, Celine, I can't fathom why they're asking for the examination or oath on this claim. I can't. Insurance companies don't hire lawyers to try to pay your claim. They're trying to figure out ways if they don't have to pay it.
Scotty Mullen is the couple's public adjuster.
Have they given you any indication of what they don't know?
Realistically, there might be an invoice. There might be something that they don't have, but it's not enough to hold up the claim. It wouldn't be substantial enough to slow down this process.
And after Cypress admitted to me it dropped the ball in this case, Mullen wonders why the insurance company is still holding out.
I would rather them just tell me the truth, which is we don't want to pay this claim. If you just tell me, no, I don't want to, boom, it's going to an attorney. We can start that process right away. Instead, they drag us through the muck.
There's a power imbalance to begin with. It's you against $1 billion company. And when you have a claim on your home or I have a claim on my home, we really don't have a lot of power.
Rod Bevins is a licensed independent adjuster with more than 30 years experience in the industry.
I've worked for both policyholders and for carriers. I serve as an umpire in disputes where we have appraisers that can't come to an agreement, and they bring in what they call a neutral umpire.
The Florida Office of Insurance Regulation is investigating potential insurance company fraud in Florida based in part on Bevins' sworn testimony that insurance companies manipulated damage estimates written by independent adjusters to deny or lowball claims.
There were letters sent out that said an independent adjuster went out to your home and they found these damages. Well, those weren't the damages that we found at all. In fact, what we usually found was far more damages, but the insurance company had taken on they made a decision that they just weren't going to pay those claims.
The Damianos case isn't part of that investigation, and Bevins isn't working with the couple, but I asked him to weigh in on their examination under oath.
There are other ways to get those facts that are much simpler, much less oppressive, much less intimidating on the policyholders who've already been traumatized.
Like picking up the phone.
I encourage open and transparent communication about these things.
Bevins fears the EUO is payback.
I think it tends to take on an air of retribution. It tends to look like they're punishing the homeowner for talking to the media or for going to the department. And I don't think that's right.
While the Damianos are tired of fighting, they are not giving up or giving in.
We're not looking to lie. We don't lie. We want to tell the truth. All we want is what is due us. I paid my bills. You should pay yours. And hopefully that's the end of that story. But as of this moment, the story continues.
And I will be there every step of the way, including their examination under oath. And you can see our entire investigation right now on winknews.com. I'm investigative reporter Celine MacArthur, Wink News.